Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Don't you just love that music? It's so tranquil. Welcome everyone to a special series that will be going until July about raising frequencies. And we've talked about healing bowls and clothing, and what they've done to clothing, how they weaponize even clothing and food and air and water. So it's never been a more righteous cause than to do everything you can to empower your fellow man on how to raise frequencies. My guest today, Francine DeGeorgio, has the same name as another guest I had, Francine Corsi. I think that's how you pronounce it, her last name. Uh, Forgive me if I got that wrong. But the beautiful thing, like she had mentioned on her lives, that her name means to be free, free. And the definition of Francine coincides with both these women, both these guests, and has a French origin meaning free in Latin, from Latin francus, meaning free man, free woman, liberation, and autonomy. In medieval era, it symbolizes a person's aspiration for freedom and independence. How amazing. It's known, the name is known for women who sought to break free from oppression and oppressive systems and societal norms. I mean, that just nails it for these two girls. And how lucky I am to have had them on my show, to be able to um, express and share their views. But today is very special because today is about raising frequencies. And I hope to do that with my beautiful guest, Francine, right after this. Now that now that music is in 432 hertz. As a musician, I found out about this about um, 5, 6, 7 years ago. So I erased all my original songs because I found out in the 1950s they changed the frequency, the standard tuning of music. And again, this is like a silent weapon because it does harm. Even though a song is beautiful, it's a spiritual level. And only a very dark, old entity, also a child of God, but still a bad boy, bad child. Gadriel, yes, that's his name, as a serpent. But only he would have this kind of ancient knowledge to fine tune the music by just 0.32, milli, just very small change, enough to make it so music no longer could heal and bless people. And that's just one thing. They did it with clothes, they did it with food, they did it with laundry detergent. But we're here because we want to give you the truth. We want you to share it with your closest friends and people that you love. And we want to stand on a hill of righteousness and a hill of truth. And my guest also has a website. she has a YouTube channel, which I'll show you here, and you can go visit her. It's Crystal Nation 7937. You can also find her on Facebook, Francine DeGeorgio. She also offers multiple services, um, but we're basically kindred spirits. We're both doing like the same thing, and to meet each other in this beautiful, uh, you know, to find other souls that are doing the same thing on the same path is very empowering because we're surrounded with darkness, and our job is like to put light on that darkness and empower you with the light. And that's what we're going to do. That's the whole point of this show. So please welcome my beautiful guest, Francine DeGeorgio. Welcome to the Truth Table.
Hello.
You do a lot of different things to uh, inform and empower people. And your was it the water wheels? Can we
Yes,
just talk? Can we touch on water wheels and what that's about?
the exact subject and the only thing I was going to bring here about raising vibrations, the subject came to me and creator, hold on for just a second.
The alarm has been set off.
Yes,
The demons are angry with us. But
wow,
they,
it really is just continuing.
oh yeah, it's.
My,
Oh, I expect it now,
oh,
especially for raising frequencies because they don't like us. Those
they
dark
don't,
souls.
they get really, perturbed. And it's funny because I almost forgot about today as I was navigating for myself this morning. But yesterday, I wanted to just first say my name is Francine DeGeorgio. I also go by the name of Yahira Lobos. Yahira is my Palladian name. It's my first name that was given to me in 2015 through a guided meditation. I am a recovered addict and I am a survivor of all abuses, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. I've been on the hero's journey for 46 years. I am a
Mhm.
neurodivergent woman who suffers from CPTSD, and I'm also autistic. So it puts me on the spectrum of
Mm.
being really sensitive. I am an empath and a channel for from 2012 when I had my wake up call and God asked me to be an advocate for those that do not have a voice and that have suffered and that are neurodivergent. So I started with telling my life story and then going around the United States. And it led me to go to these events where many medicine wheels were being built from many indigenous and non indigenous wisdom keepers from around the world. In 2013, I started to find myself at these transformational music and art festivals. And every time I stepped on the ground, I would be magnetically attracted to the woman or man who was building a medicine wheel. So I found myself where I found myself. And I found that I've always been a woman of prayer. In my 13 years of sobriety, traveling around the United States, I got certified in the Akashic Records, in quantum healing. I'm a heart threader. Chief Phil Lane of the Eagle and Condors, gave me a certification in talking circles. Heidi Little gave me a certification in social emotional education. Maureen Edwardson's, who it works with Joe Dispenza and many greats in the quantum field, gave me a certification in inner resonance technologies. I want to acknowledge them. And I'm also a heart threader with Raphael Wiseman and Karen Trujillo. These individuals I named, hi, Sandy, I named because they are visionaries by my heart, mind, and soul. They're doing very good as far as bringing in other elements to help us all during this great purification. We are in a prophetic time. We are absolutely needing to raise our vibration. And what I found myself learning was about the medicine wheel. And I just want to show everybody there's this old ancient book that I got. It's on the bighorn medicine wheel. And I want to acknowledge all of our indigenous brothers and sisters, this book is outdated. They don't sell it anymore. If you're lucky to get it on Amazon, doubt it. Pretty sure I might got the last live book out here. It's the birth and death of humanity. The sacred circle represents the medicine wheel that we build. They always start out as a sacred circle because there's no beginning, no end, no above, no below, and we're all one. The medicine wheel represents the sacred circle of life, which is the wheel of life, the 365 days of the year. And the reason why medicine wheels were built, and they don't just come from, I want to make this very clear. I did a lot of research over 13 years. And for a while, I thought that if I was building medicine wheels, am I appropriating Native American culture? I just want to get really clear right now. On behalf of all of my indigenous brothers and sisters, the sacred circle has been found on all 7 continents. I've had many people from Africa, from Israel, from Middle East, South America. And if we want to go so far as to really invite us all to know that we're not the only species in the cosmos, that they're also on other planets. And I would like to make a link between the labyrinths, the medicine wheels, and the crop circles. And there was just a crop circle that was identified about a month ago. Maybe I'll post a picture of it on the comments of Paul's Facebook page later so that you can all see this wonderful crop circle. And the reason why I'm describing all of these things is because the 365 days of a year is split up by the 7 directions, right? And we honor and acknowledge and we call in the directions when we do ceremony to bring in our benefic guides and ancestors. We want to acknowledge the holy ones, the ancient ones, the ones that walked before us of the 7 generations, the ones that will come after us, and the ones that are here. And what that does when we acknowledge the sacred circle and we connect to as above, to our higher selves, to the source of all that there is, we also connect to Mother Earth. And calling in the as above, so below, and calling in the 7 directions really brings in an energy of the ancients, of the sacred ones, the holy ones. And to each direction, the north, east, west, south, above, below, within, we have all of our plant life, our herbs, colors, songs, time of the development that we are as humans. And so as you travel the sacred circle, you get to learn different lessons. You get to sit with those elements. You get to ask for the blessings and the lessons that are coming through your life. It connects you to Mother Earth and it connects you to other people when you get to come into the sacred circle with others. And that's bringing in unity and community. Building the medicine wheels helped me actually come out of being neurodivergent, where years and years ago, if you met me, even a year ago, because I keep healing. But if you met me like 10 years ago, you would be like, that's a lot of trauma. So I believe that I've been working with the medicine wheel to raise my vibration, to connect with the earth, to connect to other indigenous cultures and beings, to find out how uniquely one we all are. I believe that 2 months ago, we built a medicine wheel in Santa Fe after I've been apart for 6 years, and they had no medicine wheel. We used to come together in sacred ceremony in Santa Fe, and I want to use this as an example. So I did facilitate ceremony with the indigenous and non-indigenous in Santa Fe. I got called into the medicine wheel in 2013, and immediately I started to facilitate ceremony with the elders. It's almost like I remembered and nobody taught me, and I knew exactly what I was doing as far as connecting with earth and the spirit world and knowing how to pray. Prayer is the vibrational connection that rises us.
It's
Yes.
so important. And I was doing the circle wrong. I was doing it like this.
Yeah. And the heart.
I was doing the heart. But you're right. I think this is like the Hopi prophecies of the spider webs in the cloud in the skies. I mean, the
Ooh,
chemtrails. I mean, it's all right before us. Even the Bible's like flying out of the book. The pages are flying out. So I think all these things that we thought of as disabilities are actually gifts. We just didn't know it, and they were. That's why they treated them with chemicals to suppress what it was intended to do. So it's beautiful to know that, uh, to find out.
That's remember, yeah, to remember we don't need chemicals. In 2013, when I got sober, they my guide said, let's go get diagnosed finally after 30 years of everybody telling me I was crazy. And I got sober about a year before that. So I said, all right, fine. They told me that I'm neurodivergent, I'm autistic, I have PTSD. And they gave me a prescription of drugs and I took one. My whole body palpitated. And my spirit guide said, you are one of the ones that will pave a new way like wolf. My name Yahira Lobos. Lobos means wolf, and that's my power animal within. And the wolf does pave a new way for its people, by the people, because we are the people. And if we don't have a solution in our community, and that's what happened to me. As I got sober, I looked at everybody around me, including the leaders and the healers, and everybody was, excuse my language, batshit crazy,
Hmm.
not grounded, not balanced, narcissistic, and everybody was fucked up. Excuse my language. I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to.
Oh, that's okay.
They,
That's okay. I say that
they're
too
fucked up.
sometimes.
So
It's not
Spirit
a
said,
swear word to me.
it's
It
not, right?
to me it's passion. It's like, people that lie don't swear so much. You know, people that tell the truth and have a heart will use the F word. And it's not even a swear word. It means sea lion in French.
Oh,
So
I love
you
that.
don't feel bad about
Don't
it.
feel bad about it. Then it's
Sea
already.
lions are beautiful.
The Spirit asked me though, like in 2013, I stood on stage at the Lensic in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I had only 2 weeks to write a monologue. And if anybody has ever written their own story about how traumatized or what they've been through, it's very healing and cathartic. So, in of itself, writing my story was very cathartic. But at the moment that I shared the story, at the last minute, Nami didn't want me to share that I didn't take pharmaceutical drugs. They said, no, 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 no. You can't say that on stage. Not with us. So I still haven't been able to tell my true life story. And today at 2 o'clock, I'm going to speak with a group that's going to help me write my monologue about how I ended up on the hero's journey without pharmaceutical drugs. But the sacred circle, and that is the medicine wheel. The very center of the medicine wheel is where the center, great creator, Mother Earth, that's the center. The seven stones that go around it represent all of the different clans. I built a medicine wheel going through a lot of trauma in the last 2 years because I left a partnership of 6 years. So even though I'm 54, even though I've been sober for 13 years, even though I have told my life story, even though I've been a big part of the transformational music and art festivals, I also was one of those leaders, teachers, and healers that was also an advocate working for free that wasn't well enough. And so Spirit sent me into EMDR 2 years ago. And I left that partnership, all partnerships. I let go of everything at 54
Oh
years.
my God.
And it's
I just left a 6 year relationship.
no,
What the hell?
for
It's like
real.
we're like so connected and
We,
we never met.
I'm so excited to meet you, Paul, because today, even though I'm like sharing with everybody here, because I am I would say I'm a conduit at all times. I don't
Right.
turn off my connection.
Right.
And, just sitting here with you, with me, Spirit saying, you're going to be all right. You're not alone. I've been going through a really hard time in EMDR. It's kind of like they pull up all of the trauma and you have to kind of go through it. It's like emotional waves, but it's somatic. So they're kind of ringing out all of the trauma. It's okay. It's hard. But you know what? We all deserve to get clear. I wanted to go back to that medicine wheel though, because what
Hmm.
I feel is getting ready to happen. So I did take on a spiritual warfare for going in there and thinking I can call in the directions. And So it upset a lot of people. I'm not sure all of who it upset, but like you said in the very beginning of this call, when the light goes and starts shining, man, the darkness can come. And I wasn't quite prepared for all of the people not wanting me to call in the directions and pray. I couldn't really understand it. We've been in a spiritual warfare, all of humanity. And so what I did is I'm wolf. I'm a protector. I'm here to, protect all of humanity and our rights. I'm also all about equality and equanimity. And no culture gets to say that we're appropriating anybody else's culture unless they're disrespected. I would acknowledge all of the natives, and I would acknowledge the fact that the star seeds are also indigenous to this land and that we're all from the stars. So, hey, everybody, History 101, we're rewriting the story about where we came from and who we really are, and just how interconnected we are from the stars to
Yeah.
the center of the earth, which is below us, the lower earth, the middle earth. And I
Hmm.
just want to let everybody know within the next few years, by 2030, full disclosure will be coming out. And then what are you guys going to do? You're going to be with us. You're going to have to get on with the times and realize that when we come together in the sacred circle, basically what it does is it's alchemizing, neutralizing. Whenever we speak a prayer, it goes out for miles and miles and miles. Whenever we
Yeah.
speak in the circle, and we're praying for ourselves, we're praying for our friends and family, we're praying for global concerns.
Hmm.
Time you're done with the sacred circle, you will have heard your prayer said in many different ways, which means that we're all connected and we're
Yeah.
not alone. And so we can work on the same things together. It helps build community, it helps people connect to other human beings. It's very important right now. It's not about us saying the prayer and saving the world. No, it's about saving our own asses,
Hmm.
right? And when we speak our truth and ask for help, you're vulnerable. When you're vulnerable and you're heard by other people, and you'll see other people crying when you're speaking, that is so healing to
Hmm.
know that other people feel you and that they're listening. You'll have other people reverberate and say, I agree with Francine in her prayer. She said, how wonderful. We're making magic in that big sacred circle. It's a little soup bowl. Different
Yeah,
ingredients.
and I love that we're on the beginning of a spiritual awakening where there will everyone will be connected. We'll see that we're connected, and no land will be separated. There, we're
Oh,
all going to see that
yeah.
we're indigenous to all land,
Oh, man.
as it is a gift to us that
Yes.
should have no cost. There should be no price for
There should
land.
be no
I
price.
love what's coming. I do, and I want to prepare as many people as we can, and show them that there's nothing to be afraid of.
Gosh, that's so beautiful, Paul, because so many people right now, including myself, I moved into this apartment. I'm in the middle of a very not safe area, and I wondered why God put me here because I'm in the EMDR and I don't feel safe when I exit the apartments. And I have men and homeless and drugs and people doing drugs and trying to get me in the trucks, and there's garbage everywhere. It's like so triggering. But I started to learn that God will put all of us where we need to be, and that I was afraid of other people outside of me, but I am protected. I am the light. What God was trying to remind me is that we put you there because you're strong. We want you to love the people around you. They're suffering. All of the people up and down the streets, enforce sacred law, let them know what we're doing now, and tell them to either join with Source or choose your own, and no judgment. But I enforce
Hmm.
sacred law. So when I see people breaking the law and polluting and in psychosis with my boots on the ground, I am of service of the highest. Unless I don't have time, unless I'm going somewhere, I always will ask God, though, to come in and the angels to actually activate that person with a love, light. If I can't do it, I'll ask Creator, hey, I got to go somewhere, but I see them and I'll say, there's somebody on Cerritos. They're dressed in this. I'm calling in Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. Yo, we need your help over here. And I always look back as I'm going forward, and I always see there's all. So what I'm trying to say is it's all invisible, but right now there's a little bit too much fear based on ICE and the natural disasters and the war and Trump and the Epstein
Mm-hmm.
files. There's a lot of distractions out there that could remind us of how cruel this world has been to
Yes.
every species.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's true. It's all
yeah,
unnatural. It's not something a normal person would do. No mother puts poison in their children's meals on purpose, you know. I mean, some do. But
yeah,
how
but
does it feel? How does it feel knowing that you and I are one of the 144,000?
and I've looked at read the Bible. I did my research on 144. In the beginning when ChatGPT came out, before I knew about the water issues, I utilized it and I wanted to find out more about the 144. But here's what I do know. I believe that everybody on the planet has the ability to become an activated light worker of the 144. I believe that there have been several people that got here on Earth, depending if it was the 50s or the 60s or 70s, but even before then, let's go back to the 1700s and the 1800s, the 1600s. In other words, we're eternal. We don't die. And I just
Hmm.
know
Yep.
that through the times, we've been waking up to who we really are. Like earlier, Paul, you said that the neurodivergency is really gifts on the other side, and it is. And so we're
Hmm.
finding out that there's a lot that we didn't know. Um,
Are
there's a
you
lot.
ready for a secret? A
Yeah,
secret?
loves.
CRISPR has mapped out the genome of the salamander and mapped out the human, and they found 144,000 components. Yet,
In the
in
DNA.
the, but the COVID people had an extra strand added
Huh.
through nanotechnology, making them 215,000. So the parallel of the 144,000 components of untouched uh, pure blood is quite an amazing coincidence, wouldn't you say?
I think it's good, Paul. I'm so grateful that you brought this up because yesterday I watched Lee Harris. He's on YouTube and he does energy and he reads the energy from the Z's, right? Him and Pandela Anderson is a wonderful astrologer. And the two of them came together. And I highly suggest that you guys watch what's going on in May. He talked about, so I've been telling people this for about 6 years now, that about 8 years. I've been saying one day you're going to be able to look at me and many of the 144, and it's almost like you'll feel or you'll see through the third eye or through the heart, through your solar,
Hmm.
your sacral. When you look at me, some motherfuckers fucking feel that shit quick. And I want you to know something though. That means that we have a quantum energy that activates other people to awaken. And what I've been
Yes.
saying is I'm not anybody. Everybody, Yahira Lobos is still in the process of making Crystal Nations Collective. So I rockhound and I build medicine wheels around the United States, and I've been building them for people's intentional communities. And right now, in about 1 week, I'll be going to Ticotan River Resort on the Animas River with all of the Ute, Lakota, all of the, there'll be the Taos drummers. Sometimes the Hopi come in. We have sweat lodges and sound healing and yoga. It's called Rise and Vibe, May 29th to 31st. But we're in the times of the prophecy where we're unifying all beings back to the sacred heart. This is my slogan saying for the rainbow prophecy. We are all unifying all colors, creeds, and religions back to the sacred circle, back to the sacred heart. The Sacred Heart is awakening right now during the Great Purification. The Kogi Colombians who live in Colombia, that are some of the sacred brothers and sisters that have spent the first 7 years in silence. And now they're in the Southwest. I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So I'm part of the the Eagle and Condors, I walk with them in many different events, activate in ceremonies so that we can all awaken. The thing that I do is I
Love
build
it.
medicine wheels and I take the kids, rock hounding and we wire wrap. But I'm not yet, I've never really facilitated workshops yet. I've told my life stories a lot of times on stage to awaken
Hmm.
people. But I've
Yeah.
also been behind the scenes and I've been asking the leaders and myself some really big questions that kind of caused a lot of chaos. But now we're seeing that Franny had to ask those questions. I did cause chaos. I am that little monkey wrench in everybody's cup of tea because everybody was pretending nothing was wrong. And I
Yeah.
was the elephant in the room. So everybody projected into me that I was insane, that I was the bad. I got a lot of crap for over a decade. And then I realized that the 144 are the people that didn't care about becoming a teacher, a leader, a healer, or well known. We actually had our boots on the ground. The 144 is amazing. They're out there. They might really suffer a lot, but we're here to end human suffering. And I
Yep.
believe that every human being on the planet. So I don't think I'm above, is what I'm trying to say.
Me too. Me too. Exactly how I feel. We
Yeah.
have so much in common. I just love it. You say
Yay.
things I feel and say, and like the power of prayer. I did a couple of shows on that. Like
Really?
stop saying this and stop saying that. Say Creator. Get right to the source. If you want to pray, like you can find Him. You can be empowered just by that. And I just love how the Creator has taken me from, bar band singer to this. It's so much,
Sure.
it's
Well,
so elevating and so beautiful and humbling. And I say it over and over, I'm not better than you. You have a purpose. You're the one that's important. You looking at the screen, you matter. No matter what
right.
anyone tells you,
That's right.
you have a purpose. You really do. And I hope I will help you find it if I can.
That's what I think the 144, the ones that thank you, Paul, for saying that. That's what I think the 144 stands for. So nobody out there, no, just know this. Me and Paul are not saying that we're above anybody, but the 144 will awaken and share that wisdom to awaken others. But
Yeah.
believe me, I'm 54 and I know that my younger generations that are 40s and 30s and 20s and even the teenagers. And then I even look at the 6 year olds and I'm like, they're going to bring in so much light, maybe so much more than me because I feel it. And Spirit says that's what it is to be the 144. When you know that you're here to inspire all those people to remember who they are. That's all,
Hmm.
Frank, because we need to all remember in order for us to actually birth the new earth. We all need to remember in this great purification as we're purifying our body, mind, heart, and soul. That's what the Kogi Colombians say. This is the last year of the great purification. Doesn't
Yes.
mean that we're going to end healing,
Nope.
but we're consciously going to be at a much higher level, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And we're so close in age too. I mean, I just barely 63.
Awesome. That's great.
62. I'm 62
You
and a
look
half, 3/4.
You look great. You remind me of my Italian family. You know, really, what do I have all over me?
But yes, we are in the year. It's the big time, the big moment, the spiritual awakening. And I've even scheduled this show for it to end in July, and then another stage is going to happen till November. And so there's going to be another different series on something else, whatever that stage is going to be. It's really the creator that created this show. I didn't do it. I didn't know what to do, and it just came to me. Raising frequencies is really important because people are going to be bombarded with negativity because the enemy wants to keep you down and they're trying to hold you down, and we're going to lift you up and give you the secrets and the techniques and the healing bowls and how sound and frequency and sincerity and loyalty and all these beautiful things you can even in a dog to me represents the love of our creator because it loves you when you come home. Oh my God, you're here! I've been waiting forever. You know that love. That's what
That
the
love.
creators love. And when
Oh,
you
I
find him, if we can help you find him and learn how to pray directly to him, without all these you know religions that have entrapped you and separated from you from the creator, then we've done what we were meant to be. Now we've fulfilled our purpose. If anything, that's one thing I would love to do is to empower your ability to pray effectively.
wow. Because wow. Right now, Humanitry, the founder of Humanitry, we plant people as a tree to actually help them rewire their brain and release
Hmm.
and connect with the earth. And we actually bury you up to your knees. And then we leave you alone to meditate with the earth. And then we come back and we water you with beautiful
Wow.
affirmations of what we would like to see you grow as,
Mhm.
and then we plant a tree in its place. And it's very
Wow.
ceremonial where I build a medicine wheel. And so the tree is a tree that's planted for peace. Humanity is on their way to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Now, if you did that with White Wolf, the tree would be like really hairy.
That's so cute.
I
What I
love
was,
you, brother.
I love you, White Wolf, too. What I
He's
was
here
going
with us. It's going to
to,
be a hair tree.
he's going to be a hair tree. So what I said is, Yanji's coming here, and I know a lot of the nonprofit organizations that are in the Santa Fe area, and there's Veterans Off Grid that is building free cob housing for the veterans, and I'm going to be going up on Monday, Memorial Day, and we're going to be building a medicine wheel on the Taos Mesa, and we're going to be planting people and trees on Memorial Day with the veterans. And then we're going to be learning how to build cob houses because Yahira Lobos and Humanitry will be traveling around the United States after 10 years of taking. We took a break for the last 2 years and we've just did the Southwest, but now Great Creators asking a lot of us to level up and go back out there. And this year was the first medicine wheel that I did publicly. I went under a lot of spiritual warfare, a lot for the
Mm,
medicine wheel, and it took me a lot to heal and then rise back up. So
mm.
March 22nd was World Water Day, and I just want to give thanks to Golden Eagle and to Blue Thunder who passed away. Want to give thanks to the medicine people of Santa Fe, New Mexico, including grandmother Florida Mayo, and giving thanks to Raphael Wiseman and giving thanks to Carol Cleary, who's helping me right now as an assistant learning about the medicine wheels, and Phoenix Armilio, Kita Marie. These are the elders, Octavio and Balam from the South Americas. I want to say thank you, number one, because we did get through a lot of the discrepancies about who the sacred circle belongs to. Nobody. It belongs to all of us. Yahira Lobos
Yes.
is here. You know that it is free. Nobody owns the medicine wheel. And I decided to call it a rainbow medicine water wheel because Golden Eagle in Kauai, who's Native American, and Blue Thunder, who is also Native American, Chippewa, he actually had the vision that in the future we were going to have problem with our water, and we will. So what I'm doing is I'm honoring those elders that brought in the vision of the water wheel, but then I'm acknowledging the rainbow prophecy. I also took on a lot of spiritual madness because everybody wanted it to be one
Hmm.
Hopi prophecy, but the Hopi prophecy speaks about the rainbow. And so
Yeah,
we're all one. There's no difference between any of the prophecies. I just want everybody to know.
I
I don't
agree. I agree. I
Africa or
do. I
or
think the
Hawaii.
only problem we have is people that have been editing the information. And so we have to use our faith to and discernment to find the truth. Sadly, it's very demonic what we've experienced, and so you're definitely not alone on that front. But it is worth it. It really is worth all of it. And I know a girl that loves you so much. I think her name is, what is it, Sandy?
Yes, Sandy. I love Sandy too. Here, I love her so much.
And
We're
anybody at home, if you don't know how to pronounce her name, it's dot 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 dot. Sorry to interrupt. I do that a lot, and I can't even stop myself. I get, you know what I mean? I'm
You're
very
fine.
passionate, and
Very.
humor happens a lot like that too, like
It's good actually to have
my heart.
the
Yeah,
interruptions. If you're an
but
egomaniac, it'll make you go crazy. If
yeah,
you're a
but
narcissist, you'll go insane. If you're
I,
not, you just go with the flow.
but I know that laughter is a healing medicine.
It
Just like
is.
the music that you hear right there, that's a healing medicine. It is clandestine, just like the enemy uses. You know, it uses clandestine. You can't see it, you can't hear it, you don't know it. In an injection, you don't know. You don't. It doesn't say I'm bad for you. So, I'll, we're bringing forth that information so you know that it may be clandestine, but it's no longer hidden.
I wanted to share one very important fact. I never shared this with anybody, not live, so this is special. On February 22nd of 2022, I'm writing this in my book, and you guys will be able to read my book, but it is on the rainbow prophecy being fulfilled. When I sat with the Hopi for 6 days, I sat with all of the leaders from all of the different tribes of the Hopi people. I was there with somebody from the United States. Our dear brother needed somebody to actually listen to his vision that he got in Palenque, Mexico. And his name is Wolf Silicorn. He is the founder of the Tribes of the Sacred Heart. I want to just acknowledge him as well. Chief Phil Lane asked me to go to his home, and then there we were meant to go to the Hopi land. When I got there, it was just only a half hour before that Putin just went to war with Ukraine, flew over a missile. And imagine me, I'm knocking on the door of a high society Kachina dancer, had no idea I was going to a high society Kachina dancer. I got tricked. Because, by the way, the Kachina dancers are the ones that do the dances for the homecoming for the Hopi. And they dress in their full regalia, and they have stories that they are actually enacting with many lessons and blessings for the people. So I was invited to the homecoming, and then I was able to sit in a council where I actually was feeling, seeing, knowing all of the leaders were taking out their blueprints of how we were going to come back into wholesome awareness and peace. And all of the symbols from the Kogi Colombians to the Tibetans. So, what I am saying earlier is actually true. So, you heard it from me. It's going to be in my book that I saw all the symbols, their blueprints were the same. I'm not going to give out the symbol here because in the next couple of years, our plan here right now, and I am a messenger right now, and I'm giving you a message. So, as a fire keeper for the Eagle and Condors Nation, fulfilling the rainbow prophecy, on behalf of all of the indigenous peoples of the Southwest, Yahira Lobos is bringing you a message. Fear not anymore. It's safe to build whatever you want that will bring optimum wellness and healing to the people by the people because we are the people. So if you have an idea to do a sweat lodge, ask the natives of your land and give reverence to Mother Earth and ask the holy ones and the ancient ones if you have permission. We must ask for permission for everything that we do. A lot of
Yes.
people, especially the younger generations, are thinking that because they went to one sweat lodge or one medicine wheel ceremony, or they've been to a couple of, whatevers, that they can actually teach that wisdom. We need to embody it and walk our talk. That's number one. Number two, we want to acknowledge the holy ones, the ancient ones, the indigenous ones, and the wisdom keepers that have been caretaking this land since the beginning of time. I am one of them as well. But some of us are here wearing different clothing. We're masked. Okay. In the future, we'll be able to really know who everybody is. Just we're in the beginning of that stage as the veil is revealing who we really are in the crown, who we really are in the third eye, and who we really are in the sacred heart. All of the symbols were shown to me to be the same. And what we're planning for the Southwest is a healing center. But what happened was the Native Americans and all of the people of the world. It's a really big job. So I believe what's happening organically is everybody's buying land and they're creating sacred space. And so if you have money out there, please get land and do your research. We're going to have many different shows. I have a feeling I'll be able to help Paul for the second coming up in July. We end and then he starts again. I have a plethora, a Rolodex of all different kinds of people that have land because, over 13 years ago, I visited them and I chopped the wood and I carried the water and I served. I did not make any money in these last 13 years, except for a little bit of donations. And I sell crystals every now and then, and I do Akashic record readings. And sometimes people book with me, but I haven't been able to like make it big and have a website. And a lot of us are just being of service of the greatest, but it's also a message for all of us to actually take care of ourselves. God doesn't want to give the shirt off of our back without clothing ourselves and making sure we're warm and we are healed, and that we don't want to help other people and then later feel resentful. So what the message is that in the center of the Southwest, close to the Hopi land, we're hoping to build out a beautiful medicine lodge and a healing center. The Native Americans, we're going to go back to the bioregional and we're going to actually acknowledge the sacred caretakers of this earth. And a lot of things are going to shift and change in the next couple of years. But if you have money to have land, and of them being great people that live in your city, I think that we all need to have talking circles and start to collaborate. And we need to come together so that we can birth more than just one person's intentional community. And we need to have many events, and we need to actually have the wisdom keepers, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the aunts and the uncles of North America to actually bring the wisdom so that we can start building the new earth. That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, and it's like purifying the earth too, and restoration, re-respecting the creation and what was given to us.
That's
And
right.
I do love that. And I would love to have you back when you finish your book as well, and we can talk about your book. That
Good.
would be fun.
You're
I,
awesome, Paul. Love your
Mhm.
energy. You're really sweet. Love your little heart. I do the same. I do the same.
I yeah, I don't know. I don't see myself as special at all. I just got a microphone and a camera, and my faith drove me here, and I'm very humbled by it, and I'm grateful to all the people that have come on the show, and I think the creator brought them to me, like you. I
How long
believe that. I
do
really
it?
believe it.
How long have you been doing this?
A couple of years now.
A couple of years. Good.
Hmm. But like White Wolf has been with me since the beginning. He was
Wow.
like in the first shows.
Wow.
I know,
Might be
and
able to
he.
give you some people to interview, and I would love to help you out there. I'm going to do my own podcast soon. There's just too much to do. So
Mhm.
2026, I'm just trying to finish my book.
Well, White Wolf's big thing was really showing people how to pray effectively. So that's why he was such a value, because I wanted people to know how empowering it is to pray correctly, because we're being taught not to pray correctly. The churches are putting us are standing between us and the Creator, and that's what I loved about my collaboration with White Wolf, because he truly was, I think, the first show, second show, third show, and he prays on the shows and many shows since then. Um, so he's helped me as well, and others. He also is very humble soul.
Yes.
Just like me. I don't look humble. I mean, I have a white tie, but I truly am. I really am humble. I just, when I had a job, I bought a tie, and I'm not even working right now, but I feel like I'm representing the truth, and I think it deserves my best.
You're doing a great job. I'm so grateful for the podcasters that are out there. bring in, and I also wanted to say something. There's a time in all of our lives where we get to ebb and flow with learning and then retreating and then like processing and integration. And then we get to come back out there. And so I just love this whole, you know,
Oh,
this
look at White Wolf. I'm special.
sure are special, White Wolf. For the
I love you, brother. That's
so
so, you made me laugh. This is the first time you made me laugh. That's awesome. He's
that
usually very serious.
that's very cute. And by the podcast being here, people are going to start to see like who's really embodying the medicine and who's really of the heart and like who's really here. I believe these podcasts are so important because we need to feel secure with knowing that there's other people like us out there. It's really important. And I love what you said in the beginning about fear, how we're overcoming fear. And it's so important that, that even I, who am going through a lot, I showed up right now. I went to EMDR at 10 o'clock this morning. You know, I'm in a group, and then I got to hustle down the street and get my food and get my dog food. And, I'm like hustling rides to get back here. I almost missed the whole thing because a lot of us are going through real life. I just want to say this. And it's so important that you take time out. Vibration right now really matters. The frequencies of other people's energy, your environment, what you're listening to, what you're eating, and dance. Actually, if you get into a funk, the thing I do is I like to play music and I like to dance. If you got to shift and lift quick, it's either hug a tree and cry it out or shift and lift with the dance, and it's
Hmm.
about frequencies. Paul spoke about 432. When I leave the house, I leave on bioneural beats for my dog so that she can listen to the beat of the music. When I'm not well, which happens every week, okay, so I'm just really vulnerable here. I'm not where I want to be in my healing journey, and I've been on the hero's journey for 46 years, but I took on a lot of abuse. I am a victim of narcissistic abuse, which many of us had to clarify. I also want to say that there's narcissism in everyone, and there was some in myself. And I'm also giving a message out that we're cleaning that up on the planet. And while we don't want to target people and keep them in that little box of narcissism, we don't
Right.
want to do that, guys, because the people that are narcissistic, they weren't loved. And they did that as a survival mechanism, and it's just control. And that doesn't make them evil, everybody. So get off that whole
Yes.
tidbit. We
Yes,
don't
I
want
said that. I
we don't
say
want
that a lot. I said even the, darkest people still have that divine light within them and the potential and a purpose. And
right?
they're going through their own missions and their own purposes and own development, and
Yeah.
even the darkness is a lesson.
Yeah.
And like
Well, right?
you went from victim to healer,
Yeah.
and so anything is possible,
Yes.
and it's just the creator will bring you to that education, to that podcast, and give you that knowledge when you need it. It's all timed perfectly, like this show. And if you could have been 5 hours late, I wouldn't have been angry, and I would have done the show late because that is not what matters. I don't matter at all.
You were so
What
cool.
matters is you.
I'm a half hour late. And then Spirit was like, who gives a goddamn? Get in there and slide.
Yeah,
Paul's going to be
yeah.
here. I literally was like, oh my God. I sent him one minute, but he was so cool. And actually, that is really helpful for us in the world today to be able to like flex like that, to have that flexibility. We
Hmm.
all have a really special job out there. And I'm really grateful for the hero's journey that we're all on right now, for learning different ways of raising our frequency. Another way that I absolutely love to work is through the human design and gene keys, through astrology. And I'm learning a lot about like my own energy, my own makeup, my own astrology. But then I started to learn how to do other people's readings, and I started to find human design actually tells you about the energy that you have and how you show up energetically in a group. And I'm a manifesting generator. which means I can manifest like a mofo. But I also am here to actually answer the call for other people in my community and myself to be abundant, to actually birth something new. And a manifesting generator has a crazy amount of energy, but you learn about where you're stuck, where you're limited, where your shadow is, where your light and talents and gifts are based on the highest timeline that you can possibly choose for yourself. And I've been working with human design, and the gene keys are kind of like the coding within your body that was in your DNA when you were born. And it kind of really does help a person embody both the shadow and the light. And I've been having a lot of fun with doing readings for other people. I also do the Akashic record readings. So I open up the Akashic records within ourselves, and I could ask deeper questions about like where you're at in life and what life purpose, you want to create. We can actually co-create that with the divine. When you look at your human design, your astrology, you do these kind of things like tap into the energetic field of who you were before you got here, because we are eternal. Looking at family constellations, that is going to tell you about who your family is on both sides of the family and energetically where your lineages came from. These all help you raise your vibration when you start. If you don't like yourself and you're like been through a lot like I have, it's so nice to see that there are attributes that are written on a little piece of paper and you'll identify with it. If you don't, it's because no one chart can specifically tell. Nobody on the earth and no chart on the earth is going to be a be all end all. I don't believe there is any. I believe that we need a plethora, like an artist needs
Yeah.
color to create the art piece that we have to bring in.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just wanting to say that I'm feeling really positive about this year. We're going to build some medicine wheels. I feel like this is my last year of being a volunteer. Um,
Yeah. Me too.
Really? And that next year I'll be able to make
Yeah.
money after not making money. Like I said, as I left my 9 to 5 job in 2012 and I just make donations throughout the year. I'm on SSI and I want to get off SSI.
Hmm.
I want to be able to say one day I don't need it because we're
Yeah.
going to actually rise to our
Yeah.
abundance. Yes.
That's what's crazy. It's I have these dates like November is the end of the truth table because it won't be necessary anymore.
It
People
won't.
will know the truth by
It,
then. Like even this Saturday, I have a singer coming over, and getting back into music again. And it's like this is something I gave up, but now I can do it in 432. So I'm like so excited. And she's such a great singer too. So I can't wait. And so I'm going to start doing music again at home, and I don't know where that's going to lead, but
we're
it's
going to,
all in the creator's hands. The creator's in charge of everything. Even my music, to me, that's the creator. It's like I can't take credit for that.
that's beautiful, Paul. That means in the future, Yahira Lobos is going to be putting on retreats next year. I'm going to put on my first sample in the fall. So I'm probably going to take visionaries and light workers, real master teacher healers. I'm going to be like, hey, you guys want a
Beautiful.
free retreat? I'll take you through it. You tell me how good it is and how good it isn't. But I do believe that in the future, and I think we're speaking about you as well, that we all get to share our gift and travel and speak and teach, but sound healing is necessary. Sound
Yeah.
healing and dancing. And to me, I love the medicine wheels and anything that you do with the earth. So anything with the earth, water, fire, earth, air, breathe and meditate in Qigong, yoga, making anything with nature art, just being in nature. But these things are going to be the go-to. Nobody's going to want to be in the malls. The malls are going to be shutting down. All of the corporation stores are going to be shut down. I'm one of the whistleblowers. I called out people for 13 years and I caused a lot of chaos when I traveled. I kind of worked like a heyoka. I didn't know I was a volunteer. And I was like, yo, what the F are you doing? What are you doing? And so I basically called everybody out that was breaking the sacred law. And then the leaders and everybody was like, okay, this one's like kind of a heyoka. Let's get on board. Okay, there's something to this crazy woman. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's other people like her in Australia and Canada. And there were other Frannies that were causing a mess. We caused a ruckus, and
Oh my.
we didn't mean to. We didn't know. We were kind of like, I was unhinged. When I first got sober off of crack, cocaine, alcohol, I had been, my body has been assaulted more times than I can count on both hands. Like, so I wasn't all right. You know what I mean? I wasn't okay. I was like blasted
Hmm.
out of my body. But spirit showed us that when we get together and we all mix soups together, whether it was art or dance or festivals or retreats or events or the natives, I started to see that like everybody started to tell more of their own truths and they all started to call out stuff. And 2020 was the preface of we're not going to take it anymore. There, too many people died that were innocent from those shots, and psychosis went into an all-time high. And many of the systems started to break, and people started to get really scared because they didn't know where are we going, what's happening, everything's falling apart. But when everything falls apart, like when you're cleaning your house, it looks like a truck hit it. If you're really going to clean your house from the top to the bottom, spring clean, and say you live in a 2-story house and you got 6 people living in there, you got to do cleanup. First, you got to take everything out that you don't want and you got to get rid of it. And then there's like a deep clean and you got to take everything apart. You got to get straight down to the wall, the corners, the crevices. And it's a mess in the beginning. So right now
Hmm.
I'm glad that you said that November is the end of the truth table, because I've been hearing creator tell me that the next big thing for a lot of us will be to be putting on events that bring people together. So we
Yes.
just good food and music and
Yep.
fire.
July is the next step, and then November is it. That's it. It's over.
Astrologically, those 2 months were mentioned by many, 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 many channels
Yep.
in the last week. I'm surprised that
The creator
right on.
talks to me somehow. I
You're
don't know
right
why. Yeah, I don't know how I know this stuff.
on.
It's
What
just
happened?
weird. And
Smell
no
like
one told me. I don't hear voices or anything. It's just
snow.
instinct, gut. It's
Yeah,
like my faith is so powerful that it's like I, I just know.
claircognizant.
I just know.
You're
It's
claircognizant.
weird.
It's a
Yeah, it's just
claircognizant. You
strange. It's
know.
beautiful. It really is beautiful.
Yeah, it's
But my sadness is very heavy because I see the suffering as things are being revealed. It's showing us the pain and suffering that's been
I cry
occurring.
every day. Yeah,
a-
every
And
day I
for
cry.
like people like us, that's devastating.
I
It
know.
could put you in a mental hospital.
And I'm laughing because it's crazy, but what he's saying is so true. Like the empaths, the people that are open, like people say, like, how often do you cry, Fran? I don't remember a day on this planet where I didn't cry. There may have been a few, but I'm really serious when I say that I have, like, I cried hysterical this morning on my bed. I cried hysterical outside when I walked my dog for 2 hours and a half. I ended it surprisingly crying on a tree. Why? Because somebody sent me a beautiful message and it opened up my heart and it reminded me I'm not alone. And I just lost my shit. And
You're
spirit,
not.
listen, just
You will never be alone.
keep crying. And now we're birthing a new earth. I'm so excited about July and November because
Yeah.
big things are going to happen in those
Yep.
2 months, and I'm just not knowing.
But you're a part of it because you're part of this raising frequency. So it's such a beautiful place to be.
Yay.
Our mission is so righteous and beautiful, and there's nothing like it.
You're sweet. I love this. This was really nice to come here and speak about the medicine wheel. A lot of us are going through a lot, but I just want to let you know right now, keep going. Okay. I know there are days where many people don't feel like getting out of bed or facing the world or going to that group or going to that class or even going to work, going to school. I get it. but I'm going to encourage everybody to push themselves. Please, this is the time that you got to push into, you got to get out of your comfort zone in order to actually expand. And even though you're afraid and it feels uncomfortable, I promise you, I swear, you're going to feel so much better at the end of the day because you actually took that chance. And every time you take that chance, like today, if you haven't been able to see people, how about just go to the grocery store and let your face be seen by another angel? Look for them. They're going to see you. I promise you. Go in there and say, God, I really need somebody to see me today. I really need some kind of connection. I'm scared. I don't know. God, I don't know. I need milk and I need to get out of my house. Can you please help me? Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, call them. Say, I feel weak. I feel insecure. I'm scared, but I'm going to take the step. I'm going to go. And the angels need you to go because they can't jump in your body and make you go. You get it? So go. And the angels will be right there. I promise you. As soon as you walk in there, I promise you,
Yep.
some beautiful soul will look at you and just, you don't even have to talk to them. I just
Yep.
want everybody to know that's the way that we're getting out. Just
Yeah, the creator isn't going to spoon feed us. The
no,
creator made us to do, to
do
be, to become, to have purpose and find it. Find that purpose.
go it.
What touches your heart? What moves you?
Yes.
and
Very
and once you find it, then you've found your question, and it's going to be the most amazing experience. And now is the time, the God's, the creator's love is flowing through us at this time, and it's empowering us and connecting us. People that we've never met before will find, like me and Francine today, we
yeah.
find all these different connections, and we've we even answer each other's questions.
That's cool.
At 144, like, I expand what she was thinking, and she expands what I was thinking, and we grow with this, expanding our wisdom, and we're sharing wisdom and love, and it's all love based. That's my superpower, is love. Yeah, right, like that.
Very good.
Okay, who makes the best one?
We gotta, now I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
write it
yeah.
there.
So
It's so
please vote in the comments.
really lovely to come on here with you and do something today that's going to help me get out of my own. I'm not there yet. I'm still working on it. I bet you anything from 1 year from now, I'm going to be have such a great story to tell people. But thank you for having me because having me
Mhm,
here, Paul, energetically, like you said, we didn't know each other. There's something about us meeting today, and there's something about anybody who is watching today. Thank you. And those that
mhm,
will come in the future, thank you as well. Just to be even heard is really special to me. Hey, I'm special.
I'm glad you came, and just so you know, that same link that I gave you, the Raising Frequencies series, anyone like you, any guest can come and join in that series. It's open to all the guests, that because it's a special series and we're all linked together. So
Yes.
so it's an open door for you. Any future frequency show you'd like to join us, please feel free to do that. And I look forward to doing another show with you. And I
Yeah.
thank you for your time. And I would have waited 10 hours for you to come on the show.
You're so wonderful. I'm so grateful that the spirit screamed at me. Hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey.
me too. Me
Yeah, hey.
too.
Yeah, my phone was dying, so I didn't even, it wasn't my phone that made me hear it. It was spirit. So thank you. Thank you.
And for everyone else, her name is dot 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 dot. Thank you, Francis. Have a
You.
great day.
Thank you. You too, honey.
My beautiful sister, what a wonderful time. I will, the YouTube page that she has is in the links. Oh, is that her YouTube? No, this is her Facebook page where you can find her. And I will put the YouTube page right here. There we go. And this is her YouTube, and she gives lots of information. Um, searching lots and lots and lots and lots of videos for you to get to know her. The link is in the description. Thank you all for your time and joining me here on the Truth Table. I will be back Sunday with part 2 of the Truth Table Season 3 with Sam Graham to talk about Sammy's backpack, his son, and more about that situation. And I look forward to having him on the show. I wish you all a great weekend. And thank you for joining me on the Truth Table. I'm Paul Everton. Have a great day.